What's up, YouTube? I am back today to plant flowers. It's time to plant flowers. This is Valentine's weekend, Valentine's Day weekend, but I have a date with the garden. These are the flowers that I have for Valentine's Day. So anyway, I'm testing out my new plant and pop bundle from Vigo Garden. And I wanted to show you or just make a video on how it works. So in here I have potting mix. This is Happy Frog potting mix. I don't know. I told myself I was gonna do the cocoa corn perlite, but I use this anyway. So I have this all filled up with the Happy Frog potting mix. First thing I'm gonna do is take the top piece here that has these nubs at the end to poke a hole. So let me show you how it works. This is my first time ever doing this. Okay, so place this down onto the top of the soil and kind of push it down, and it creates a hole. This probably works better with a seed starting mix. This potting mix does have like sticks in it, but let's see how it looks. Now, at this point, after you've placed it down, you use this top part to plant the seeds. But I'm going to lift it up to see how the holes look. Let me show you. Yeah. See, my potting mix, it didn't create good holes. Let me put the camera down and try to poke some good holes. Okay, there we go. I had to place the camera down, so I pushed it down pretty good. And you can see the little hole that it creates to put the seedlings in. Well, I'm going to place this back on top now that I have my holes to plant and start planting my flowers. This tray is going to be full of flowers. There are 76 cells for flowers, so that tells you just how many I'm going to put in here. I'm going to put a variety of flowers. I don't know if this breaks the rules or doesn't go with the rules, but it's just what I feel like doing. So I'm going to do it. I won't keep you on this whole time, but yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate how the plant and pop bundle works. I have the bottom watering tray on here, the actual seedling cell tray filled up, and I placed this on top, pushed it down, and it created these little holes to plant the seeds in. Okay, I'm on my first seed and already have a comment. The way I plant my marigold seed is that I plant it straight up, upright. And I push the bottom part of it, the black part, down just enough to cover the top, to the tip, the white part, which I assume is a flower. And I cut it off. I'm sorry, not cut it off. I cover it up right at the tip. But with this seedling plant and pop bundle, having this on there doesn't it doesn't give me the space to sorry, I'm holding this with one hand. It doesn't give me the space to do that. If I just drop it down in the hole, it's not going to plant the way I usually plant it. So I'm going to take this and drop it down in the hole and show you. Just going to drop it down in there, and let's look and see how it does. You see how it does? The marigold is sticking up, but the way I would plant it is, the way I would usually plant it is by sticking it down in the soil like that and covering it up. So yeah, for me, it's not the best for marigold seeds, but I'm just gonna plant the marigold seeds the regular way that I'm used to. And then the rest of the seeds that I have, they're just, you know, the little circle size seeds that you can drop in there. But I just wanted to come back on and make that one comment. Second seed that I'm planting, which are hollyhocks. Here's the hollyhocks that I'm planting. Okay, so look at the size of the hole. Look at the size of the hollyhock seed. I mean, this is not at all any bad review against the Vigo tray, but just a sense of what this tray can be used for. I mean, I didn't think about this before, but just kind of doing it as I go. But let's test it out. So I already planted this top row, the top 12 with marigold, and I did that with this lid off just because of the way I prefer to plant marigold seeds. But let's see how it does with this hollyhock seed. So here's the hole. I'm just gonna drop it in there. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, it goes down. Okay, it goes down. And drop the second one in there. It goes down. Let me take the cover off and we can see how it looks. You see? Isn't that neat? I love this planting pot bundle. Okay, third seed that I'm planting, Cosmos. Mind you guys, this is my first time ever planting these flowers as well as using the Vigo planting pot bundle. So this is how the Cosmos seeds look. I am thinking like, it didn't cross my mind that seeds come in different shapes. I'm thinking like they're gonna be the circular or spherical seeds like brassicas, cabbages, but no, seeds come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. So yeah, the same way I plant marigolds, I would probably plant cosmos. The same way I plant marigold, I would probably plant cosmos seeds since they're like long and stick shaped. Not ideal for how the plant pot bundle is set up. The way I see this is just for like the spherical circular seeds. But anyway, we're gonna make do with this. I'm gonna take the cover off and plant these standing upright, but I don't even know if that's how you plant cosmos, but that's how we're gonna plant them. I'll read the seed packet too. If it doesn't tell me how to plant it, I'll just plant it the same way I plant marigolds. Interesting. Okay, well, the video started out with me just wanting to show how the planting pop seed bundle works, but things got interesting. Now I want to show how each seed looks. Next seed I'm planting is Echinacea, white swan, and they look like this. Kind of keeping tab of myself by I have a list of the number of seeds I'm planting and just going row by row. So I did 3 hollyhocks here, 5 cosmos here, and then I'll start here with the echinacea. And I'm doing 6 echinacea. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want that to go in there. I already put 1. So that's 5 and then 6. You can see my background. All of the garden stuff I have to line up. I'm doing this with one hand. So I'm trying to put the seeds back. But I'm gonna lift this up to make sure I didn't skip one. So it should be 5 echinacea seeds. I don't see it. I see don't see one right there. I see one. You can see the seeds in there. I wish I had a tripod. That way I can keep the camera going. Bachelor buttons are next. See how they look. Now hiring cameraman. Cameraman. Look, this is the bachelor buttons. Oh, one just fell, but I can pick it up. Look at that. Interesting. These are the forget-me-nots. Yeah, these seeds are perfect. They fall right in there. So this is how forget-me-nots look. And now here we go with the teeny tiny seeds. So Folia Velvet Calais. That's how it's pronounced. You may notice that a lot of the colors I have are like dramatic purple, burgundy, somber colors. And that's because I have this, I have the peppercorn green stalk, and I just love the way it looks in like a shade garden or on like a rainy, foggy day with those somber colors in it. So that's why I got these colors. Besides, I'm more of a red, orange type person when it comes to colors, flowers, yellow, pink. And so I got this dramatic offset to try something new. It opens up creativity to try something new or something you don't usually do. Here are the Calais seeds. I don't know how I'm gonna plant these up. I'm gonna get to it. Okay, here are the petunias. Petunias are another teeny tiny seed, and they kind of fell out of the pack, but let me show you the petunia seeds. See them? Planted 6 of these. Next are celosia. I chose these because I love flamingos. One day I will go to where flamingos are. This is how the seed looks. Calendula. Back here you can see all of the calendula seeds that I saved from what I grew. In another video when I was unstacking the green stalk, there were calendulas that I had removed or pulled, and those are the seeds I was able to save. Maybe I'll try and plant some of the seeds I saved to see if they come up in another round, not this round. Okay, I'm almost at the end here. I'm planting zinnias. These are the zinnias I'm planting. Again, it's the name for me. I'm always interested in how things are named, and I love peppermint, like candy canes. So I got these because I love the name, and then these were free seeds. So where I am now, I've been going down my list of seeds and just planting the total number and going just straight across, row by row. I think I'm just about 3, 5, 6. I'm just about here, and I'll plant the zinnias. So I'm just at the last row. Okay, so these are the zinnia seeds. It's the peppermint sticks. Whenever I see a seed like this, I just feel like they have a better chance of germinating, so I only plant 1 seed per pocket. the calendula that I planted, it germinated slow, but then like during the spring when I direct sowed it, it germinated faster at some points. So I did plant 2 seed per pocket for things like calendula, on the super teeny petunias and coleus seeds. I mean, it was hard to pick up just one, or sometimes, yeah, I just put 2 in per pocket because they're so tiny, just to get a better chance of germination. Yeah, almost done here. This is another zinnia variety, the Persian carpet. I don't know if you thrift or do thrifting, but they have those rugs and carpets, Persian rugs and carpets that have the same kind of colors. So I like this name too, Persian carpet. But this is same zinnia flower, but the seeds are smaller, and it makes sense because the Persian carpet zinnias are dwarf. Purple Prince, and the last ones after Purple Prince will be chamomile. Sorry, putting my hand like that in the screen. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Looks kind of blurry. These are the Purple Prince zinnias. Last but not least, chamomile. Teeny tiny seeds. Okay, we are done. I've planted all 76 pockets with flowers. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I went totally on my own for this. I think ideally this tray would be good for like lettuce or herbs or something. But I just thought, imagine this board full of different color flowers. So I went for it. You can see the holes with the seeds in their pocket, seeds in there, the zinnia seeds, if you can see that. Some of the seeds are too small, but echinacea's there. See the little marigold poking his head out. Right there. Hollyhocks. All right, well, I'm going to cover these up and place them in the greenhouse with the humidity dome, and we'll see how it goes. These are my flowers for 2026. My hands are free now. I can talk more than 5 seconds without cutting the camera off. So I planted up all of the flower seeds, and right now I'm starting to move some of the seedlings out, starting to transplant them out. I have to harden them off for this week, for at least a week, or the temperatures are mild, the sun is not like beaming. Then after that, can make free some space on the shelves and start some new seeds. But I'm gonna wet this down, and this will go in the greenhouse in the garage temporarily until I plant out some of the spring crops. And I'll move these flowers inside because, if I remember, they want to stay warm. All right, so yeah, spray those down. Humidity dome, and inside I have one of the Vigo grow lights to place in this slot on the humidity dome. So yeah, do the honors of clothing the little Vigo leaf. And let's see, the greenhouse. I put the onions out and made space at the bottom. I may move this tray since they're like cool season. I may move these to the bottom. These seedlings haven't grown a lot since I planted them over a month ago. I don't know, is it because it's cold, or is it this grow light? carrots. I don't know. They're growing slow to me. And that's salad bowl lettuce. I'm gonna move this down here. And see if I can do this with one hand. Oh, I gotta see if it fits the shelf. Oh, I'm gonna do another video going back to the beginner topics, explaining how for people, or if you know you have those beginner questions like what seedling tray should I buy, or why should I buy this one over that one. And I just wanted to mention one thing with the humidity domes. You see how high this humidity dome is? You can leave the seedlings in a lot longer than if you were to buy a seedling tray with like the short humidity domes. You have to pot those up immediately, but seeds can grow in there a long time before they start hitting the top of the humidity dome. So yeah, I'll do a video on the whoos and whys with seedling kits and just give my input on some things to consider when you are deciding what kit to get. All right, I'm gonna go in and watch some TV. My bad, I didn't show this part because this is kind of like showing the pot and plant bundle. I'm just taking the soil and covering it up just like you would normally do. I have a inch, like a corner bag of Happy Frog left that I will use up just to top this off. But yeah. One last comment I wanted to make about the hole punch. You can see how much depth you can poke. So yeah, just be mindful when you're planting a lot of varieties that some seeds may not have to or should not be planted at as much depth as the next seed. But I kind of just uniformly pushed it down to a reasonable size depth. All right, I'm gone. This is how I do it. Bye.